Saint Lucia has experienced heavy rainfall over recent days, resulting in flash flooding in low-lying areas such as Bexar, Dennery, and the capital, Castries. Minister of Local Government and Housing, Castries Central Parliamentary Representative, and an executive member of the CLGF, Honorable Richard Frederick, addressed the audience. He highlighted the importance of international support for Caribbean nations dealing with climate issues, as well as the urgent need for local funding sources. Frederick explained that while countries aim to develop resilient and sustainable projects, delays in international funding can hinder timely action.
And that is why I do believe, Clay, and I need you to echo those sentiments when you are with voices that matter, that we in the sub-region, we need a funding localized. So if there is a difficulty in Saint Lucia, if, for example, the Badlil, on which 90% of Saint Lucians converge on coming into Castries, if something happens and the Badlil is not accessible, that there is an institution in the region to which we can revert with immediacy to cause our problem to at least be ameliorated temporarily. That is the difficulty that we have.
He underscored the urgency of addressing natural disasters, especially with hurricane season approaching. Frederick pointed out that waiting for international funding after a disaster can take too long, leaving the country vulnerable to further calamities. He cited Dominican Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit as an example, noting that he does not rely solely on international aid and has nearly made Dominica fully resilient to climate impacts. Frederick stressed that this is a critical area for discussion.
You must understand those from Miku, from Dennery, from Ancillary, from Canaries, and from Soufre. Most of our settlements are low-lying. And if we don't understand what it is, God forbid, if we were to encounter a sea level rise that we never expected and never took any precautionary measure to guard against. Over in Guyana, there is a seawall. When I first went to Guyana, I was so amazed. A seawall that spans miles, because Guyana, almost in its entirety, is below sea level.
Frederick also shared a conversation with the mayor of Poland regarding Castries' flooding issues. He explained that Castries, situated in a low-lying area surrounded by mountains, experiences rapid flooding as water from surrounding regions converges on the city. The Polish mayor indicated that a proposed $40 million project would improve drainage and prevent water accumulation. However, Frederick noted that progress has been slow, illustrating the challenges faced by small island developing states in securing and implementing climate adaptation measures. He emphasized the importance of both mitigation and adaptation strategies.
Most of our villages, from Dennery on the East Coast to Mico on the East Coast, go on the West Coast, you have ancillary Canaries. Most of those villages are coastally settled. And we know that climate change can cause sea level to rise. Can you just imagine what will happen to those villages should climate change greet us with a sea level rise that was totally not within our contemplation? That would spell disaster.
The minister concluded by highlighting that the workshop aims to enhance climate literacy and foster a coordinated approach to urban climate resilience. He expressed optimism that local implementation of these strategies is both necessary and achievable. Honorable Richard Frederick made the statements at the launch of the Climate Resilient Urban Development Workshop facilitated by the Commonwealth Local Government Forum, CLGF, in collaboration with Saint Lucia's Department of Housing and Local Government. The workshop commenced on Wednesday, May 14th and will continue until May 16th. Kayla Edwin, NBC Prime.